Scorpios, welcome to 2017. My name is Vanessa, also known as Beyond Your Sun Sign. I actually wanted to do the Scorpio video at night just because, well, I didn't, but just because I know how dark and deep you guys are. I love the Scorpios. I'm married to a Scorpio, so I love the depth of Scorpios, and I can't wait to see what 2017 has in store for you guys. I also have a huge Scorpio influence in my astrological birth chart, so this will probably be like one of those readings where I need to watch it myself to get the advice back, so I'm excited to get started. So I'm working a lot with my grandmother who passed recently, last April, so she helps out a lot. She was a Scorpio, so I always try to call on my grandmother, Grandma Betty, whenever I'm doing readings because she grounds me. As a Scorpio, I'm sure you guys do have spirits around you. If you ever feel like you need just anyone, something, someone, even just a feeling of relief and release, I strongly urge you to call upon somebody that you care about who's passed on, because it is such an incredible feeling of relief to feel them around you, okay? So, and they are there. All you have to do is think about them, okay? So 2016 was an intense roller coaster ride of emotions, of heightened emotions. You know, it really went up like this, down like that. Scorpios can totally understand that emotional vastness, right? And 2016 really felt like a Scorpio year for some reason. You know, people were transformed. People had to kind of die to be reborn in a way, and it really was the completion of a cycle. And I always like to think of Scorpio as a completion for some reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because they rule the 8th house of transformation, but Scorpios really are an incredible indicator, an example of how people change, people grow, people almost kill themselves in a way to transform. They really have to kill the parts of themselves that they don't like, and that's something that a Scorpio rules, and they're really good and able to do. You know, you see a Scorpio and you just are amazed with the transformations that they've made throughout their lives. You know, they're completely different people. They can't even relate to the person that they were last year. My grandmother Betty, her name was Elizabeth, and you know, she went through all these transformations of Betty, Elizabeth with a Z, Elizabeth with an S. You know, you go through these cycles, and as a Scorpio, I'm sure that you can absolutely appreciate that. So with that knowledge and with your appreciation of the cycles of life, understand that 2016 was the end of a cycle, and because of that endingness, we are now able to rebirth ourselves like a phoenix rising from the ashes of 2016, coming into 2017 with a new skin, with a new layer. This is our year. This is everybody's year. This is the planet's year to start something new from a place of love, from a place of light, from a place of happiness. You know, we saw what hate got, where it got us. You know, hate didn't serve us. It didn't serve us by judging, by criticizing, by whining, by complaining, by hating, by envy, by greed, by jealousy. It didn't serve us. You're allowed to transform. You're allowed to honor who you were, but you're allowed to be a different person. You're allowed to transform. You don't need to be caught up and stagnant based on other people's perspectives of you, other people's stories of you. That doesn't have to be you for the rest of eternity. You can create a new you. You're urged to. That's really why you're here. Because as much as you create and recreate yourself, you're giving people the inspiration and the confidence to recreate themselves. So if there's something about a person in your life that you don't necessarily like, or that you're not compatible with, you know, as a Scorpio, you need to realize that that person can change, that person can grow. And how on earth would you ever expect to see growth and change in them if you're not growing and changing? They need to see that in you. They need to see that you're willing to grow and change, that you're willing to transform yourself, so that they can feel confident to do the same. You know, people lead by example, and imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So take it as a compliment that people are expecting you to be different from who you once were. They're expecting you to be better, to do better, to better yourself. That really is what your expectations are. And I'm sure you've felt that from people before. I'm talking about Scorpios. Moon in Scorpio is a huge, huge, huge one. I'm really feeling the moon in Scorpios recently. I'd love for you. I understand how deep those emotions can be and how intense they can be, and not a lot of people can match that emotional intensity. So I so much appreciate that aspect of the moon in Scorpio. I really, really love how deep you guys can get. I love the sun in the 8th house, which also acts like a Scorpio, another very, very deep persona where, you know, you meet these people and they're not going to ask you about the weather, they're going to ask you about your fears. Like, I love diving deep with these Scorpios, moon in Scorpio, rising Scorpio, and sun in the 8th house, Scorpio-like personas, okay? So, enough chatter. I am ready. Feeling good about this. It's my last read of the day, so this will be a powerful one, I'm sure, and because it's Scorpio. I have Scorpio energies around me. Okay, so the situation that your subconscious mind would like to talk to you about for January of 2017 Scorpio is owning that intuitive self and being the king of it, the authoritative person of it. Once you own your emotions, you can control them, right? If you're just allowing your emotions to run free, it's going to wreak havoc on your life, right? So own your emotions. It's okay to emote. It's okay to feel, even though that might not, especially for a lot of the male Scorpios. I watched this documentary on, you know, male in the media and kind of what men are expected to do and who they're expected to be. And it's really, you know, don't cry, don't get hurt, don't show your feelings. A lot of the superheroes out there, they don't emote, they just fight and they just get out, you know, this aggressive nature all the time. But we need to acknowledge that just as much as there's that masculine energy in us, as male and female, we have both energies. We have a feminine side, and that feminine side is your intuition. That feminine side is your emotions, your creation. You know, that's really where you're going to be coming from in 2017, is creating through your emotions. So you want to make sure that you're creating positive atmospheres and environments for yourself through staying in an emotionally proper place. And the emotionally proper place for you is really owning your emotions. They can be bad, they can be negative, they can be not conducive with what you want out of life. Absolutely, they're still your emotions. You still need to own them. You know, why do you feel that way? Why is it that you feel that way? It's deep. Do you even know what you feel? Do you even know why you're feeling that way? Is it your feelings? Is it someone else's feelings? Is it, you know, I really think of a Scorpio as someone who, as a recycling bin, they can really suck in all these emotions and recycle it out, you know, and transform it, other people's emotions, into what they need to transform. But then they just get stuck with the garbage, you know. They don't recycle their own emotions out. And you do that recycling process through meditation, through bath, through going out in nature, through even just visualizing the shower every morning, cleansing you. You can literally transform yourself every single day by just washing away anything that's no longer serving you. It's as simple as that. Put the intent. That's all anything is. It's just your intentions. It's just the energy that you're putting towards it. What do I want? What do I want to feel? Why do I feel that way? Do I even want to dig deep? Do I even want to figure out where those emotions are coming from? Because that's a scary thing, okay? So January 2017, your subconscious, the cards are really asking you, your spirit guides are really asking you to work through those emotions, okay? Male, female, masculine, feminine, work through them. Work through them. That's all I can say. Figure out where they're stemming from. Follow the lead. Let these things come through to the conscious level so you can clear them. If you keep pushing these emotions down, they're just going to fester. They're just going to fester and bury themselves into your body. And guess what? You're going to transform like a Scorpio always does, but it's not going to be the beautiful phoenix that you want to be transformed into. It's going to be into some dense, low vibration, bitter, resentful, envious, ugly person, because ugliness is all from within. Beauty is all from within. So if you can't be a person with positive, beautiful thoughts and be an ugly person. It doesn't work like that. If you're having insecurity, feelings about your the way that you look on the surface, realize as a Scorpio, it's never surface level. It's never surface level. So if you acknowledge that in other people, why wouldn't you acknowledge that in yourself? You know, you might not like what you see on the surface, but you can be sure that you are a magnificently beautiful, sexy, electric, magnetic creature, a spirit beneath that. So stop focusing so much on that outward appearance and start focusing more on where you really, where the beauty really lies. And that's within, okay? Obstacle and an aid. So you need, oh, I feel like I'm saying need a lot. It is best, it is recommended that this obstacle, this new beginning that was a pain in your ass, was a pain up your back, was a pain in your neck, person, place, or thing, person, place, or experience, or situation, whatever it is, you need it, okay? It might suck right now, but you need it in order to grow. Acknowledge that. This is what's going to transform you, is acknowledging this hardship. Acknowledge it, own it, write it out, speak it out, cough it out, spit it out, get it out, and then transform yourself through it. Transform yourself through it, right? You got this. You got this, Scorpio. Okay, subconsciously, just like the Virgo, subconsciously, you absolutely have all the power you need in you. You are the king of the castle. You have abundance. You have financial abundance. You have emotional abundance. You've built an amazing life for yourself. You have awareness of your heritage. You know, you understand your roots, your pride, your loyalty is so intense, is so beautiful, is so magnificent. You know, loyalty is such a key word for Scorpios. Are you loyal? You guys rule emotional truth. You know when someone is bullshitting as soon as they walk in the room. You can see that. So why are you allowing these people into your lives? It doesn't make sense. It's like you punish yourself. You really do punish yourself. It's like you put your own tests up. Well, that person I didn't get a good vibe from, but I'm going to call them tomorrow and invite them over. Why? Is it because you want to test yourself? But why? What's the point? You know, you're just putting strain on yourself. It's really time to start focusing on what makes you happy, what's going to make you feel comfortable and supported, and what's going to kind of give you your drive and give you your footing, right? What's going to give you your leg up. That's not other people. That's all internal. That's all coming from you. So thought process. Thinking is doing really well. You're definitely coming into more of an optimistic state of mind, like everybody is. So that's excellent. Keep that going. Keep thinking those positive thoughts because manifestation works. You know, I have a Moon and Scorpio sister-in-law who called me and she was testing the law of attraction. She was testing manifestation. If this really works, then this should happen. But why test? Why not have faith? You know, why not just believe that it will work? You spend so long believing that it won't work or believing it's going to go a certain way. Why not just have absolute faith that everything's going to work out? Because, hello, it always has. You're still here, aren't you? It's always worked out, clearly. You're still living, still thriving, still surviving, still smiling. You got this, right? Okay, something that would have just passed. Definitely you're moving from more of a logical state of mind. You're transforming into more of an intuitive state of mind, okay? So it was more of feeling isolated, feeling like you're kind of on your own path, feeling like, you know, even though you have people around you, still feeling very alone, which is fine, which is fair. You know, I absolutely can resonate with that feeling. My head is always in the clouds, so it's hard to actually see the other people around me when I'm constantly up here and not down here, right? So maybe that's what it's kind of time to focus your energy on and really put down your roots with your family and your friends. And I don't mean that physically, I mean that emotionally. Really start to figure out who's in your life, why they're there, and if you even like having them there. If you don't like having them there, it's time to either figure that situation out or let it go. Because if you have someone in your life that you hate and that you can actually say, I hate that person, how do you think that's serving your world? How do you think that is serving you? Having hate for someone is just detracting from your peace, from your life. You're not hurting them by hating them. You're really only hurting yourself. You're harboring feelings of resentment. You're harboring feelings of guilt, anger, greed, jealousy, disloyalty. You feel like this person isn't loyal to you because they aren't, blood, or because they haven't shed blood for you. Like, Scorpios really need these acts of loyalty, these huge, unwavering acts of loyalty, right? But it's funny, I just heard this joke the other day where, especially a moon in Scorpio will, if you took a bullet for them, they would assume that you set up the situation to take that bullet for them. Like, they're always questioning loyalty, and that's exhausting. That's truly, truly exhausting. Maybe just have faith that the people in your life are loyal to your well-being, and just assume and expect that you have loyalty. When you're loyal, you'll receive loyalty, okay? This is a future card, so a new message coming in. It's an emotional message. It could come from a younger person, somebody who could be a vegetarian or a pescatarian, or a Pisces, somebody who either doesn't eat meat or is a lover of animals, but they're bringing in a message that is going to come from a very pure, beautiful place, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it, okay? So focus your positive attention on manifesting the world that you want, and then that message will come through in a positive way. But this message, like I've told the other signs, because a lot of signs have messages coming in this January, if you're not there, if you're not receptive, you're not going to get the message. Like, I could have won the lottery, but if I don't check my ticket, I'm still going to be, like, not a millionaire. So if you're not open to these messages in any form, you're going to miss them. So when I say any form, just open your eyes, live in the present moment, focus on your breath, focus on your breathing, inhales, exhales, because that's going to put you right back in the present moment. And that's when you're really going to start to see the beauty of the world, and the loyalty that the world has for you, and the loyalty that the world gets from you. Like, we really, 2017 and the next 9-year cycle, we're all really starting to come into who we want to be. And we're realizing that who we are is perfect, is all part of a divine plan in order to enhance and advance the world and society. Being you is all that you are called to do. That is your job, to be you. What makes you happy, what your preferences are. You don't need to explain them to anyone. You don't need to convince other people to like things that you like. That's for you. That's your journey. Nobody else's. So something that you like to do, something that brings you joy, follow it. You owe that to the world, and you owe that to yourself. Be you, okay, Scorpio? Scorpios are so incredible. They're so vast. They're just a deep, deep well, and they inspire and surprise me every single day. So own that. I've been telling a lot of the other signs, start to look at yourself through the lens of others. Start to really see, well, who am I when it comes to other people? You know what I mean? If they're looking at me, that's what I'm projecting onto them. If they have negative feelings towards you, and you'll know, you're a Scorpio, you totally know when somebody doesn't have positive feelings towards you. Is that because you don't have positive feelings towards them? It's all cyclical. It is all cyclical, and it all comes back threefold. Put out the positivity, you're going to get it back. Stop blaming the world and other people for the negative in your life, because you need to own that. Okay? I'm sorry if that's pushy, but you need to own that. You are your own sole responsibility when it comes to happiness. You're not going to make anybody happy until you are. And nobody's going to make you happy unless you can make yourself happy. Why would they? Why would they even try to? You think people want to meet a miserable person and make it their soul's mission to make them happy? No, people are trying to find their own happiness. They're not focused on yours. Okay, so you right now definitely, like I said, focus more on the emotional aspects and the emotional state that you are right now, instead of realizing that there is so much more out there, and if you just follow that emotion, like for me, this feels like the emotion that you haven't acknowledged is the natural state of joy, optimism, love, and creativity, focusing more on greed, envy, and resentment. You know, those are very, very strong emotions. The greed, envy, and resentment, they can seem like they're overcoming your life. You know, so it's really time to just take a look at this other emotional cup that you have available to you, and that's love. And that will always outweigh the other lower vibration emotions, okay? So it's time to really make a conscious effort to transform yourself, and it's going to start at home. It's going to start with the family. Totally starts with the family, because they are your biggest tester. They are your true tester. If you can make it through, you know, you probably just skimmed through Christmas, you know, in the holidays. If you can make it through your family and maintain a positive attitude and maintain optimism, then you're well on your way. Then everybody else is just circumstantial, right? Because it really, for me, I kind of had to go out into the world in order to come back to my family. And that was a very hard way to do it. Like, I should have felt good in here with myself, then brought it to my family, then with my family's support brought it out in the world. Instead, I just completely bypassed that, and I really missed out a lot there, and I grew a lot of resentment for my family, because I'm like, why is the world supporting me when you can't? And then that really, for me, because I have my Scorpio in the 10th house, it's on my midheaven, and Pluto is in Scorpio, that was huge. Who I am in the world kind of, in a way, meant more to me than who I was in my family. But family is everything, and you want to be your true, authentic self in your family, because that is going to inspire your family to be their true, authentic selves. Okay? So this is your family and friends. They're manifesting on their own, and they're waiting for you to manifest with them. You know, your family and friends are probably doing great, aren't they? And you're feeling a little bit left behind, you know? A lot of big changes for family and friends. That would have happened last year and that are definitely still continuing to happen this year. Jump on board, because you're your own blocker. You know, your family is manifesting. Your family and friends are realizing that they're creating their own world. It's time for you to own that power as well. You got this, okay? And you have support. So hope and fear, the worry. The worry has been, this Five of Pentacles has pulled up quite a bit, because with this new year, and I know that people are feeling the changes coming and the new beginnings coming, that can create a lot of fear, right? We don't know what the changes are. We don't know what to expect. All we can do is expect the best. Expect that the universe will reward and support you in whatever you do, because that's exactly what the universe is here to do. You know, as long as you have faith, as long as you believe, it'll all work out. It will all work out. So stop worrying so much. There's truly no point, okay? So this is your last card. This is going to be the theme of January for 2017 for Scorpios. This is the outcome, and it's feeling really good. Oops, sorry. It's all about justice, balance, truth, honor, loyalty, truth and justice on the scale. What is more important for you, the truth or the justice? You know, what's more important? Do you even need both? Do you need the truth? You already know your truth. You already know other people's truth. Do you need justice? Is there something that you feel like you're being wronged for, or that somebody needs to pay for? Are they serving you? Is truth and justice serving you at all? Because your scales are totally asking you to balance themselves out, and it doesn't want you to play the vigilante, okay? It doesn't want you to get revenge. It doesn't want you to get vengeance, because karma exists. Everybody gets what they pay, everybody reaps what they sow. You don't need to intervene, okay? That's not on you. Focus on your truth and justice. Have you made amends for your past whatever? Have you made amends for what you've done to others, or what people have done to you? Have you forgiven yourself? How on earth are you ever going to forgive other people if you haven't even forgiven yourself? Okay? We are not our mistakes. We are not our experiences. We are pure light, love, energy. Okay? Everything happens for a reason. Even the things that you think should not have happened. You needed that to transform yourself. You are not the same person that you were when you made those mistakes. I can guarantee it. And if you just took a step back and stop badgering yourself and stop blaming the world for the mistakes that you made, you'll really start to see that and you'll empower yourself, okay? So this is the outcome. A lot of truth for January 2017. A lot of truth coming out. A lot of justice. You're going to start to see karma coming into fruition. Whether that's your karma, I don't know. Whether that's other people's karma, I don't know. So just watch your back. Essentially, watch your back because karma's coming, and I really hope that you put out some good karma because, and you know what? It's never too late to start. Dharma is what you put out, karma is what you get back. You wanna get some good karma points? Donate, give from a place of love, give from a place of light, so that you know what you're getting back is fruitful and abundant and positive and optimistic and creative. Scorpio, I am so proud of the progress that you guys have made so far. You guys are so incredible, transformative, beautiful, magnetic, majestic beings that are just, you are our key. You are really what is needed right now. You are here to show us how to transform, how to die to be reborn, how to burn the parts of ourselves that we don't need anymore so that we can fully embrace who we're meant to be. We need you, Scorpio. We need you to transform yourselves and to honor yourselves in order for us to know how to do it. That's the contract you made. You decided, so it's time to start holding up your end of the bargain, right? So maintain the positivity. Watch your intuition, watch your feelings, make sure it's not your ego. Make sure that the way that I find is if you're not enhancing your intuition, the first clue to whether or not it's your ego or your intuition when you're not developing it is your ego will be louder. Your ego will be that really, really loud voice, usually around it'll come from around here and then, it would be this side, the receiving side. Yeah, I think I more hear my ego on the right side and then my intuition on the left side. Okay, but your intuition you will feel in your heart. You'll feel that that tug in your heart, and that's your intuition. So the best way to start developing your intuition is following it. You know, it's a muscle, so it has to be exercised. If you're driving home from work one day and you're like, I'm going to pop in here, or I'm going to just go with it. You know, go with these hunches because your intuition is so powerful. It is so incredible. Don't be afraid of what negative things could happen because when you're following your intuition, it will only lead you to the proper place, and that is always a good place. You know, it might not seem good from an internal, you know, person looking out and it happening to them. But when a lot of times when you look back, you're like, wow, I really needed that to transform, you know? And if you're not going to take it into your own hands, the universe is going to do it for you. So your shadow card is Judgment as well. It's really time to let go of the past, okay? Like, we get it. Like, we get that you've made mistakes. We get who you used to be, and we get that you're not that person anymore. So you're allowed to change. We're all allowed to change. There's no judgment. There's only support. I promise you that. The universe 100% supports your transformation. The universe wants you to transform. Use 2017 as a way to really be the you that you know that you can be, because it is magnificent, it is divine, it is worthy, okay? You are so, so, so beautiful, unique, and needed. So please do us all a favor and be yourself. Own your mistakes, own your past mistakes. That's who made you, that's what made you you, okay? Nobody is judging you for that anymore. You're your own worst judge, okay? All right, Scorpio, the preaching spiel is over. I love you guys, and I had such an amazing 2016 with you. I can't wait for 2017, and I will see you in February. So have a great one, guys. Enjoy your month. Bye.